Guess what? We're pretty lucky to have very, very briefly, because I know you guys, Nick and Richard, need to get back inside for a council meeting, but I asked if they could please take a couple of minutes to be out here with us and just share a couple of words. If you guys would come on up. We have Richard Conlin and Nick Licata, both members of the Seattle City Council, and I didn't know who's going to go first. But.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. It's really, I don't know if I'd call it a pleasure to be able to sponsor this legislation, but it is a very important piece of work. The fact is that we are dealing with a truly transformational change in the way our political system has been constructed and structured. We all know there are issues around money in politics, and there are the issues that have constantly taken place over the question of how do you make politics work when money is also an important part of that. And there are people who are individually get into bribery scandals and those sorts of things. But what we're talking about is something qualitatively different than this when we're talking about the Citizens United decision. And that's why it's so important for us to stand up and say, wait, it's not just about figuring out the best way in which to work things, it's about a transformation, a negative transformation of our entire political system. And there's a great quote that Jeffrey Toobin came up with, which I think really epitomizes the way in which the Citizens United decision really transforms things. What he said was, the Roberts Court, it appears, will guarantee moneyed interests the freedom to raise and spend any amount from any source at any time in order to win elections. And that's wrong, and that's what we're challenging now. Thank you all for your work.
Thanks, Richard. Well, you know, the sign says it all. Corporations are not people. They are legal constructs, and their main purpose for existing is to what?
Make money.
Raise money, spend money, sell things. We're not selling our elected positions. We're not selling our democracy. When we give corporations constitutional rights that were intended for human beings, and we give them to corporations, because then corporations can spend, as we know, as much money as they want. They're located in multiple states. They basically can overwhelm any election if they wish to do so. So what we need to do is say to Congress, pass an amendment, overturn Citizens United. We do not need to go down this road. And if we do, our democracy, as Richard said, will be transformed from one that is based on having people make decisions to basically having corporations make decisions. And what they will be doing is commoditizing elected offices. And that will be a destruction of this country and society. So that recognition is why over 100 cities, many of them outlined here, have passed similar resolutions to what we're going to pass today. So today, Seattle's going to be added to this list.